Hello everyone, your voice here and welcome to the channel Sansevieria 101. So for this episode we're going to feature another cultivar of a short leaf trifasciata, and this particular cultivar is not recorded on the old books of Sansevieria. It's not on the book of Chinayan, which is the Sansevieria trifasciata varieties, or it's not on the International Sansevieria Society journals where they wrote about trifasciatas. Some people would mistake this cultivar as still the Black Star or the Jade Dwarf Marginated, which it isn't. So again, this is known commonly in the market as Emerald Star. So as we progress on the video for this content or this episode, I will be showing you the differences between Emerald Star and the Jade Dwarf Marginated, or the so-called trade name, having the trade name of Black Star. What I'm showing you right now isn't the Black Star, but it is known as Emerald Star. It has a patent encoding or designation of OSV Sans 012. That is the patent name, and it has a patent code of 17/495872. I'll perhaps put all those info on the left side of the content, wherein if you want to research yourself or to check information about them, you can type in. I don't know if you can Google search it, but if you take note of what I've said, especially the patent code and the patent name, it will perhaps show you some results of Emerald Star, the cultivar which I am featuring for you right now. So like I said, this is Emerald Star, I'm sorry. That is the trade name for this particular cultivar, and it is not, like I mentioned, the same as Jade Dwarf Marginated, because the variegations on them are thinner and they are different color compared to Jade Dwarf Marginated. In fact, I still have my Jade Dwarf Marginated in here, and this isn't the only specimen I have of Emerald Star. In fact, it is supposedly a clump, but the mother plant has gotten sick, and I myself made a mistake of pouring undiluted fungicide in liquid form on the core, and it kind of burned the core. That's why this is how it looks like right now, but it survived and it gave me several offsets from it. So these are offsets coming from this mother plant. So that's offset number 2, and this is number 1, which is bigger. So I had to separate them because I have also noticed that there are brown spots on the leaf. So to save the other the offsets from also having the same infections, I would rather have them separated to stop, or to put the offsets on a different location wherein they will be in a controlled environment, compared to this one, which is under rain and shine conditions. So this is placed outdoor where they can grow as fast as they can, but with regards to that, it's a gamble, because there are chances that they will be overwatered, especially if it rains for 3 consecutive days, wherein I'm not around or I'm not home to get them, transfer them to a roofed area. Then most probably they will have infections or brown spots on the leaf. The brown spots are they are like um, a swell on the leaf wherein it's bubbly or it has liquid on it. If you try to pierce it, like they are like spores. If you pierce it, there are a lot of water. It's very watery, and water would can come out of it. Um, One of the things that I do if I find one brown spots, and is I get the tissue, because the tissues are very dry, so I would have that brown spot um, squeezed through with the tissue, so the tissue would as absorb the liquid. It will easily absorb and dry out that leaf part wherein it has a brown spot on them, and then spray hydrogen peroxide so to save the leaf or to make that part dry, and for that part not to further spread. So that's one of the first aid that I would do every time I encounter a brown spot on my trifasciata. So this is again the mother plant, and this is the one of the offsets. This is another one of it. So as you can see, I'm trying to uh, establish the look of the offsets, that they are the same all throughout. So all the offsets coming from this mother plant are the same. It will not be transforming into a Jade Dwarf Marginated, never. This, on the other hand, is Jade Dwarf Marginated. As you can see, the difference between them, if I can move them closer so you can compare, the variegations on Emerald Star is thinner compared to the Jade Dwarf Marginated, and also the color of the variegation of Jade Dwarf Marginated is bright yellow. For Emerald Star, the margins on them, which are variegations, still considered as a variegations, type of variegations that are occurring on the sides of the plant. We would call them marginations. So the margins on them are instead of bright yellow, as you can see the color difference. The variegations on Emerald Star is dark yellow, and they are thinner compared to the variegations on Jade Dwarf Marginated. Plus, Jade Dwarf Marginated has whitish colorings due to there are still bandings on them. So it's not set in stone that Jade Dwarf Marginated, if you try to leaf propagate it, you will have a dark colored Sansevieria, or a dark colored short leaf trifasciata. That is not set in stone. Sometimes Jade Dwarf Marginated can still produce a honey eye variant when you leaf propagate them. So on the other hand, Emerald Star, I haven't tried leaf propagating them, but most probably from what I am seeing on the leaf, I don't see any bandings, because the bandings on Jade Dwarf Marginated means that the bandings for the offsets that if you leaf propagate them, there is a chance for a banded common short leaf trifasciata. However, that banded characteristics can no longer be found on Emerald Star. So I am doubtful, although I haven't tried to leaf propagate Emerald Star. I think that if you leaf propagate Emerald Star, and I will in the future, I might get a leaf from here, and if one of them gets sick, I'll just cut and try to leaf propagate it. So to make it clear, whatever the leaf produce of Emerald Star will result to. So right now though, I think this is my opinion. I have not tried experimenting on it yet. I might get a leaf from the older plant one of these days, and I will leaf propagate it to see the result, if it can give you a banded form of short leaf trifasciata, or it will just give you the dark green clone of the short-leaf trifasciata. So again, this is Emerald Star. It is very similar to the Sansevieria trifasciata, which is short leaf Jade Dwarf Marginated that I have featured before it. I am doing it in a sequence so everyone can understand and everyone can see clearly the differences between the short leaf trifasciatas, because some people are still confused with regards to Emerald Star and Black Star, or Emerald Star and Jade Dwarf Marginated. So just to make it clear, Jade Dwarf Marginated and Black Star are just the same, but Jade Dwarf Marginated and Emerald Star, they are different. So Black Star and Emerald Star, they're not the same. So that's to shed light on some questions that I frequently see online with regards to Emerald Star, which is very similar in appearance to Jade Dwarf Marginated. So to answer your question, no, they're not the same. So Emerald Star should merit a name of its own, or should be treated differently and not be lumped with a Jade Dwarf Marginated. So with regards to the other characteristics, since we're discussing short leaf trifasciatas, which are dark green clones, which are also variegated, the characteristics are almost the same as what I have discussed with Jade Dwarf Marginated, with the difference of the marginations on them. But with the base leaf color, I would say that it's solid dark green. For Jade Dwarf Marginated, it's also solid dark green. So pretty much they are the dark green clone of the short leaf trifasciatas. After which I might present the pale green clone of short leaf trifasciatas. What I'm presenting right now are the dark green clones. So in a trifasciata banding, there are dark green banding and lighter green banding. So for the dark green clones, the light green bandings are not evident anymore. So it's sorta, they have lost that part of the leaf, or pigmentation of the leaf, and then almost or all of the leaf is proliferated by the dark green banding, so they become all dark green in color instead of being banded, or they don't have the pale green bands that are mixed with them. So they have become, or they mutated to become pure dark green colored trifasciatas. So I would refer to them to the dark green clones. They are also evident on other trifasciatas, bonsols. There is also a dark green clone of bonsol or cylindrica. My own theory is that there are cases wherein some Sansevierias would mutate to a darker form. Those are the dark green clones, and they would be devoid of the light green coloring or the light green bandings on them. So there are several types of Sansevierias that have become like that, especially the ones that are called silver, the ones that are called black. They are, in my observation or in my conclusion, they are the blacks are the dark green clone, and the silver, those are the pale green clones of Sansevieria plants. So I guess this is it for this episode. Before that though, let me just take measurements. Let me see if I can again clip the phone so we can take measurements. Sorry about that. Alright, so there we go. Like I mentioned, we're still dealing with short leaf trifasciata. So again, the leaf length should be at 3 to 5 inches. This one is including the tip is ending up 4 inch. So the other ones, I would say about 3 to 5. That's the leaf length of most short leaf trifasciatas. I call it that way because that is the most distinct characteristics of that part of trifasciata group. For the leaf width, it's really just, I would say, the same as your Jade Dwarf Marginated. So I'm measuring here something that is very close to 2 inch. Some leaf would be 1.5. So I would say 1.5 to 2.5 inches for the leaf width. Very similar to just the Jade Dwarf Marginated. Leaf length still the same, with only the difference of the intensity of the variegations on them. With that said, being the Jade Dwarf Marginated having really bright yellow color variegations, which are margins on the leaf, and for the Emerald Star is a darker yellow marginations that are on the sides of the leaf. Aside from that, they are very similar. So folks, I think this is it for this episode. So again, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you like what I have presented, please like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys or you folks have a great day. Thank you for watching.